Sorry, guys. Just give me 1 sec. I'm trying to get this situated. So where's my cam at? Why is my camera not working? My camera's not working for some reason. Oh, there we go. Transition. All right. Good morning, everybody. So let me just turn on the music for you guys. Are you guys able to hear that? Yes, you are. Okay, great. And then we got that. Nice. All right, everything good? Good morning, everybody. I think everything should be good. So, I took a loss just now. Unfortunately, I did, but not the way I would like to start a morning, but this long right here, off of this 50-minute candle closure, chain state delivery, I took an entry, got stopped out. It is what it is. I'm going to wait for another long entry because I'm bullish today. I'll give you guys my outlook in a second here. So, heading today, monthly chart still leaning bullish, and the reason why is because as of right now, there's nothing on the lower time frame that really signifies that price really wants to turn around. There is a previous year high SMT. However, I would wait for some clear price action on the monthly chart before actually looking for lower prices. Daily chart, we reacted bullishly to this order block. As of right now, it looks like it's reacting bullishly. This fair value gap is why I'm in within right now. And then we also have ES trading into that fair value gap. So I'd like to see continued prices higher until we get like a previous week high SMT or a previous day high SMT, ideally. So on the 6-hour chart, I think this is the cleanest range as of right now. We've traded into internal range liquidity down here, this bounce price range. And then looking for external range liquidity high. Same as the 90-minute chart, traded into internal range liquidity, looking for external range liquidity high. So that's my game plan for today. I'm looking for higher prices. I'm going to be on the lookout for 15-minute SMT or 5-minute SMT. So previous session low or previous 90-minute range low SMT plus a change of state delivery, and that's going to be my execution pretty much. So pretty straightforward day. We said EUGU beautiful reaction to time-based liquidity. This be which time-based liquidity are we looking at? The clean sell-off. So in 2 minutes, we got equities open. We'll see what price wants to do. Do you think we sweep those equal lows before going higher? Very possible. I got stopped out of my first position already this morning, so we'll see. I'll put the disclaimer here. Trade 1 minus 1R. Okay, let's see what this 9:30 has in store for us. What's up, Zay? We get a sweep of this 90-minute low, change state delivery. That'll get me in. If we get a sweep of the London low on ES or actually if we just get like a candle closure and then the other two fail to, then that'll also get me in. But until that happens, I'm waiting. Just take a look at the 5-minute chart. Here's equities open. If you could only have 3 time frame alignment to define your bias and entry, what would they be? It'd probably be daily chart, hourly chart, 5-minute chart. Or if you want to use the 90-minute chart, then daily chart, 90-minute chart, and 5-minute. That's what I would be using. Have you ever used the overnight range to help with your trades? It fills the overnight range half. I don't ever use the overnight range. It's just not part of my model. I've seen people use it before, but I personally don't use it. Three minutes. I actually am debating if I should execute on YM because YM's the only one with an all-time high objective. My chart has frozen. What is going on? Yeah, there we go. Nothing super crazy right now. If we get a closure below this 90-minute range, then I'll look for higher prices after a change to delivery. Until then, we gotta wait another 5 minutes here. Equal lows about to be hit. Sweep these, so we'll see what the reaction is if we sweep these lows, if we're able to get a displacement higher afterwards. Trying to figure out if there's a reason for price to go lower here. What am I looking for? I'm looking for either invalidation of these bullish SMTs. So like London low, if all three assets close below London low, then I'll look for continued lower prices probably. Otherwise, I'm looking for higher prices off of a bullish SMT. So all 50-minute, all 90-minute previous 90-minute low has been closed below. So the only thing that I'm paying attention to now is London low. If we get a closure below London low on all three assets, then I'll look for continued lower prices. If we create a change state delivery in the next 15-minute candle, then I'm going to look for continued higher prices. But yeah, if this is bearish, then I think we're going to go for a daily range retracement back into this fair value gap here, probably. All right, so I guess we're going to wait probably 7 minutes here, at least. And then after that, if we don't get a closure below London low on all three assets, then that's another 15-minute. I'm placing Brawlhalla. Don't mind me. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask questions anyways. I'll still answer them. What would be your entry if we have a continuation lower? I'm just going to enter off of this 15-minute candle that invalidates the SMT and put my stop loss at the high, pretty much. Because if you go down to the 5-minute chart, there's a pretty big displacement lower. So let me show you. This displacement lower, the reason why I took the entry earlier for a long, this was pre-stream by the way, but I took an entry for a long here because on the 5-minute you see this displacement higher after sweeping London low, and given that we had these fair value gaps, I didn't really want price to revisit it, and so once it did, that was my invalidation of that idea. And so same thing, 15-minute, if we get a closure below London on all three assets, then on the 5-minute chart you have all this big fair value gap right here. I wouldn't want price to invalidate that if it is going to be bearish. I forgot I started a Brawlhalla game. All right, let's take a look. My eyes better be seeing things. It's not a flower. It's not a flower. It's a leaf. My girlfriend made it for me and she put on my headphones. So now I have a leaf on my head. Can you explain IPTA data range? I don't use IPTA, so I can't really give you amazing advice on that. WAM's looking more strong or looking stronger. I think that YM low-key might be the one to execute on because it's the only asset with an all-time high target as of right now. ES and NQ have already hit it. But yeah, we'll see. But right now, if we don't get a closure below London low on at least one of the assets, there's nothing for me to do. 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes invalidated. 15-minute. There's 3 more minutes in this candle. We'll see what it wants to do. Is this strategy the only strategy you use? I mean that you wait on 15-minute. Yeah, this is the only thing I use. I mean, I can use it on a fractal level, so I could use this on the 1 minute, 15 second, 5 second, 1 second. But recently, just to live stream and teach, it's a lot easier for me to execute on the 5 minute or 15-minute. It's easier for you guys to follow along as well because you guys have time to really... I have time to explain what I'm doing and you guys have time to digest what I'm saying. I've been really enjoying these 3 days. I appreciate it. I'll continue going live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on YouTube. Unless it's bearish SMT we're looking for. Yeah, the thing is my framework isn't bearish. That's why I'm looking for higher prices. I feel like even if I do get a bearish SMT, it's really difficult for me to short right now because my framework's just... it looks really bullish to me objectively. Which is why I'm looking for higher prices. I could be wrong, but I'll just stick to the model and see what it gives me. But as of right now, until we get a closure below London low, I really don't have anything to do. So 2 minutes here. I'd like to see Nasdaq or ES close below London low, preferably. Otherwise, once again, I don't think there's gonna be a trade. Bless you. Yeah, you're good. I think that this 5 minute fair value gap is also going to be pretty significant here. Is it going to push price lower or is it going to invert it? But I do see there's relative equal highs resting above this previous 90-minute range high. Buy side liquidity. Yeah. So overall, I'd like to see higher prices. I feel like higher prices just look better as of right now. So 1 more minute here. Given the way price is trading right now, I would probably assume that we need another 15 minutes here before there's anything potentially to do. Five-minute chain state delivery. The thing about 5-minute chain state delivery is there's no 5-minute SMT. That's the only thing. And also the London low SMT hasn't been confirmed for me. That's why I'm not taking it. Otherwise, I would have loved to take that. But you just gotta be patient. Wait for the model. What is hidden SMT? Hidden SMT is SMT between candle bodies. So here we have a closure below the candle body of London low. This is a perfect example of hidden SMT, is when you have a SMT between candle bodies. So the lowest candle body of London session and the lowest candle body of AM session. Right now you can see that Nasdaq has closed below it. YM has failed to close below it. ES has failed to close below it. And so that's called a hidden SMT. So if we get a 15-minute change state delivery here, this is going to be my entry. So what would my risk be looking like? 3 micros probably. Okay. Keep that in mind. Anything above this will become 2 micros. So 14 minutes here. We'll see if we get that change state delivery. If we do, then I'll take the stab. So my confirmation is SMT and change state delivery, or SMT plus inversion, or SMT plus a true market structure shift, but it always stems from an SMT. What's an inversion? It's when a fair value gap gets closed, gets disrespected essentially. So if you have a bullish fair value gap, it gets closed above. And then if you have a bearish fair value gap, it gets closed below. Or sorry, vice versa. If you have a bullish fair value gap, it gets closed below. If you have a bearish fair value gap, it gets closed above. And then that would be the inversion, essentially. YM has the easiest price read. Yeah, I think YM is the cleanest as of right now just because of how it has all-time high as a target. YM and NQES have already hit all-time high. If you get a bullish chain state delivery on ESYM, to be honest, that's something I'm still working on, is figuring out which market to trade specifically. I think as of right now, YM is the one to trade because it has, once again, it has the target, right, of all-time high. ES, NQ don't. So potentially, I think that's the one to trade. I'm probably still going to execute on NQ though, because I'm just used to it. I haven't necessarily like backtested enough for that to, you know, execute on YM. So far looks good though. We still have another 10 minutes in here. We had invalidation of previous session low SMT, but at 10:30 we had a bullish 5-minute SMT. Would you take that long even though we don't have previous session low SMT due to it being in alignment? Yeah, so I would probably still take that, and the reason why is because once again, I prioritize narrative. So whatever my higher time frame and intermediate term time frame is telling me, I'm gonna be looking for that direction, and that helps me filter out the lower time frame quote unquote noise. Doesn't your model need stacked SMT to be valid? It used to, but essentially what I did is I moved up a time frame and just wait for change in state delivery or inversion. And a lot of the times when you have that change in state delivery or inversion or true market structure shift on a higher time frame, you already have a lower time frame SMT, which is that stacked SMT you're talking about. But this way, it's just a lot easier for you guys to follow along than if I were to drop down like 5-minute to 15-second or 15-minute to 1-minute. So either SMT with time-based liquidity high or lows wick, or hidden SMT with just body rate. Yeah, so any sort of SMT. ES pumped higher. Do you see NQ following along? I don't know until we get that hard confirmation. And even then I don't know. I just know the probability, right? I don't think you got the question. I meant if you're planning along on NQ and you get change state delivery. Oh, no, I would wait for all three to make that change state delivery before entering. Like anytime I enter, I always wait for all three to. I would prefer to see all three create a change state delivery at the same time, but if I'm trading NQ, I need NQ to make the change state delivery. If I'm trading ES, I need ES to make the change state delivery. If I'm trading YM, then I need YM to create the change state delivery. So I got 6 more minutes here. So far, it looks okay. I'm just gonna wait for this last final 5 minutes, see if we get that change state delivery. If not, then I guess we gotta wait another 15 minutes. That's how the way she go. Would you? Oh, sorry. Let me read the questions. Okay, then how would you recommend to trail my stop loss? I'm using 1 minute time frame. I would trail the 1 minute time frame, just according to PD raise and stuff like that. What would you have to see to flip bearish if all three assets close below London low? Isn't there a change state delivery on 5 minute? There is, but there's no 90-minute SMT. If we got a 90-minute SMT, would you take a 5-minute change state delivery? Yes, I would. So 3 more minutes here. Let's see what this 15-minute candle wants to do. Seems pretty hesitant as of right now. So SMT on higher time frame, change state delivery on lower time frame. Do you use gaps anymore for entry? I use it if it's an inversion, but I don't wait for retracements anymore. I wouldn't necessarily say SMT on high. It's SMT on lower time frame, entry on lower time frame, change state delivery after SMT. So I always use the higher time frame for narrative, and then I use the lower time frame for SMT and entry. You can still use SMT on the higher time frame. It gives you good information for potential reversals, but that's just using the model on a fractal basis, right? So on the daily range, if I want to see a retracement back into this gap right here, then I would be waiting for previous day high SMT or previous week high SMT. So I gotta wait another 14 minutes here. 9 a.m. candle doesn't have a wick low. 9 a.m. I think we're well below the 9 a.m. though. And also it does have a wick low. Or at least on my chart. Unless I'm missing something. Isn't that a close? It's because not all three assets have closed below. So once YM closes below London low as well, then I'll flip bearish. But even then, I don't have an SMT on the highs. Yeah, I would wait for a bearish SMT after that. And then that will get me in. Either that or I'd have to execute on this YM candle closure. And then my stop loss would probably be above this candle right here. Because this is the candle that closed below London low. I wouldn't want price to go all the way back up. One hour candle. All right, let's take a look. 9 a.m. candle. There is a bottom wick. It's just really small. If it closes below London low, if you flip bearish, would you wait for? Oh, I think I already answered that. There's a SMT with 7:30 a.m. high candle. I am not. Is there? I'm not interested in that because it's not time-based liquidity. Or the 7:30 a.m. high is, but there's no SMT with it. Oh wait, there is. There's a 5-minute SMT. Wait, I'm actually trolling. Yeah, I'll pay attention to that. If we get this 15-minute candle closure on YM, then I'll look for it. Thank you for pointing that out. I just don't like how my framework looks so bullish right now, though. That's the thing. We just traded into another 90-minute fair value gap as well. This order block as well. We'll see. I want to see like a hard displacement lower. Probably like a clear invalidation. That'll give me more confidence. Isn't why I'm taking out previous 90-minute high a bearish SMT? Yep, that is a bearish SMT. Sorry, I missed that, guys. Wouldn't it retrace to that VG just created? I wouldn't want it to be honest, because if price is going to be bearish, then I wouldn't want it to retrace all the way back up here, because that I feel like that would just turn this trade into a low probability trade. It could, but it very well could, but I don't think it's high probability if it does, because YM's the one that created the SMT on the highs. So in 8 minutes, I might take a sell here. Price is kind of melting already though. I'm feeling more confident that I pointed something out to you. The people learn from that. I wouldn't say I'm like the master. There's always something to learn. Just sharing my knowledge from experience. Seven more minutes here. I genuinely did not expect lower prices though today. I came in full bullish, but now it's looking pretty bearish. So off this 15-minute candle, I'll probably take a sell once YM closes below here. Or should I execute on YM actually? Because YM has this strong liquidity down here. That would be this external range low. ES also looks good because of this sell side right here. So I think the best options here is actually execute on ES or YM because you have clear sell side liquidity resting below. ES, these triple equal lows or relative equal lows is going to be a clearer draw on liquidity, I think, than Nasdaq right now. How many points is that though? Oh, it's actually not that much. 50 points, 2 contracts. Yeah, I probably do 2 micros. I don't think it's bad PA per se. I think it's just it's PA, you know? You just gotta adapt to it. But yeah, I think Nasdaq, the only target I have in mind right now is this fair value gap if we're actually bearish. This daily fair value gap. So yeah, I'm gonna probably execute on MES here. I like that it has the relative equal lows on the 90-minute chart. These right here. So I think ES is actually a better play here. Additionally, it doesn't have the fair value gap that Nasdaq could potentially retrace into. So in 4 minutes here, I'm going to execute on ES and put my stop loss above this high, which is the 9:45 a.m. high. That's going to be 3 contracts short. 3 micro contracts for me. So I'll have 3 minutes, of course. What's the trade breakdown for the short? So as of right now, the reason why I'm interested in this short is because all three assets have closed below previous session low, meaning London low has been closed below, invalidating any possible bullish SMTs intraday, which is why I'm looking for lower prices now. Yeah, fail flip basically. Because with the way that all three assets have closed below London low, or it's about to in 2 minutes, that means that it's impossible for me to have a bullish model here, which is why I'm taking a stab at a short instead. And then I'm going to have a wider stop loss. So if this is the direction of the day, I just let it run. So I got a minute 30 here. It's looking pretty good for this candle closure though. Six hour. We do have the new week opening gap here as well. So 1 more minute here. So 30 seconds here. It's likely going to be a 4 contract short. If this candle closes below this red line, then it's going to be a 4 contract short for me. And I'm watching a YM here because that's the important one. All right, I'm in. $15-minute chart short. And then I'm targeting these equal lows pretty much. My TP is at the equal lows on the 90-minute chart. So it's these lows right here. Or not the equal lows, but the trend line liquidity. And there's also a gap here with no wick low if you want to target that. That's a new week opening gap. If I get stopped out of this one, I'm probably just going to be done for the day. I'm going to be down 2R on the day. So not a fan of this opening, not gonna lie. We'll see how it goes. If you could have only one entry model, what would that be? It would be SMT plus a change state delivery. Actually, it'd be SMT plus a market structure shift. I feel like that's the best entry, but it's the lowest RR. There isn't anything on the order book past 9:15 on NQ. I personally don't look at the order book, and I'm not 100% sure what that means. You're gonna have to explain it to me. I've been seeing my model play out recently since April up until now. My problem is I fear losing. I don't know why, because I've collected data about my model and it has proven itself a lot, but still afraid. What's your advice on this? I would recommend risking less, probably. I think you're putting too much weight on what the outcome of a trade can do for me. Let me reset my chart real quick. I don't know why it's frozen. You might be putting too much weight on what the outcome of a trade can do for you, and that causes fear, right? And I feel like that fear usually is stemming from either your ego or it's going to be you're risking too much. So I would say start at a comfortable spot where if it is that you're risking too much, like let's say you're risking $1,000 per trade and that's too much for you to like handle as of right now, psychologically, then maybe try de-risking to like $500 per trade and see how you feel about that. And over time, if you can execute consistently with less risk, then as you scale up gradually, you'll have that confidence backing you scaling your risk higher, right? And then secondly is ego. Is just fear of being wrong. That's just something you have to overcome. It's like you have to shift your perspective that you're a part of a losing game. Like you're guaranteed to lose. The only thing that will make you profitable at the end of the day in trading is how you manage your risk, right? And if it is an ego problem, even through your back testing, even through your forward testing, you know that you can take losses. So you just have to accept it and shift your perspective. So those are my my take on it, I guess. The two sides of the spectrum. If it is an ego thing, then you gotta start working on letting go of that ego and just accept being wrong sometimes. And then the flip side is if you're risking too much, then you're gonna feel uncomfortable for sure. Yeah, 100%. I would suggest focusing on letting go of the ego first though. Because I feel like de-risking is something really simple to do. You just reduce risk, right? If you're risking, let's say $500, maybe you can just risk $100 per trade. So you know that's not the problem anymore. And then after that, just focus on accepting that sometimes you can be wrong. Do you guys notice more slippage on prop firms recently? Personally, no. Do you think a beginner should start with prop firm challenges or live account? Prop firm challenges for sure. 100% prop firm challenges. I think that with the resources we have nowadays, the ideal way to get started in trading is prop firm route, and then you funnel your payouts into your personal account. So you are proving to yourself that you can be consistently profitable, and then you trade your live account after that, after funneling those profits out. Because the thing about prop firms, like I trade a live account, but I still trade prop firms, and the reason is because of the leverage they offer, right? It's significant amount of leverage they offer. Slippage is when you execute your trade. So there's positive and negative slippage. So negative slippage means you enter your trade, for example, and the market executes your broker executes your trade at a worse price than intended, meaning you enter your trade and you're instantly negative. Positive slippage means that you enter a trade and you're instantly green on your trade, which means you got a better price than you intended. And then sometimes, but it just basically means negative is when you get a worse price than you intended to execute on, and then positive slippage is when you get a better price than when you intended on. So that's what slippage is. So I'm gonna watch how this candle closes here. I do like how this 5-minute is forming right now. I might trail my stop up in a little bit here, depending on how this 15-minute candle closes. I know I execute on the 15-minute, but this trade is stemming from a 5-minute SMT, which is why I'm interested in seeing if it can follow or not. So right now, my stop loss is still at the original spot. So 3 more minutes here, and then I might just trail up here. It'll reduce risk to a 0.3R loss, I believe. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my voice. Yeah, it would reduce risk to around a 0.3R loss. And then if I do get stopped out there, I'll be down 1.3R on the day. Is there a specific reason we gotta stick to New York kill zones? I've had more wins and clean deliveries in Asia and London compared to New York. I'm working with 2022 model though, and I usually trade gold. So I think personally, I don't think it's necessarily sticking to a kill zone. For me personally, it's more about where is the volatility on the day, right? That's the reason why I trade New York AM sessions, because 9:30 equities open is a volatility injection to me every single day, right? That's why I trade New York AM session. So wherever the volatility or the high impact news revolves, I trade that session. Is chain state delivery better than fair value gaps in your opinion? I think that anything can work. I just require SMT to be there. So I can have a chain state delivery inversion, market structure shifts, breaker block, anything, but I need SMT to be present in order for me to deem it as high probability. Otherwise, I think all of those entry models are equal weight. SMT is what sets it apart. So given this 15-minute candle closure, what I was paying attention to, are we able to close below this previous candle low? And we weren't able to, so I'm gonna leave my stop loss where it is and just have it at -1R. Thank you for the absence of foul language. 100%. Sometimes I might slip up. Depends, but 99% of the time I don't really use foul language. Tomorrow, are you gonna trade afternoon also, since the news is at 1? I'll look at price. I don't know if I'll trade it, but I'll be watching, I guess. Not a fan of this PA right now though. It seems very slow. On 5-minute chart, let's see. Yeah, this is the high I didn't want to see invalidated. This is really bullish right now though. It looks really bullish, at least. This push. There's no model on the low either. Yeah, I don't know. There's no S&Ps of significance on the low. So I would be just looking for lower prices. Rejecting from new week opening gap. Might just be an L day. With what? With a bullish push? Oh, okay, okay, okay. I'm about to take an L. That's what I'm doing with this price action. Oh, nice. Okay, my trading view is actually bugging out. The sign. It's time to quit. No, I'm kidding. Man, why couldn't this happen earlier? All good. One hour bullish fair value gap in SMT. SMT 5-minute. Yeah, there's no 5-minute SMT though. That's the only thing I'm looking at. If there was, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, this 5-minute candle does not look good for bearishness. I'm not gonna lie. Man. All good. -2R on the day. Why don't you look at the 1-minute time frame? It's because it's hard to explain my thought process while it's happening on the 1-minute chart. Well, the plan is playing out. It just didn't give the analysis that I wanted to see. And after this trade, I can't even take another trade, even if it did give a bullish setup. It's cooked. Yeah, I don't think I should have shorted this. Not gonna lie. Stating the obvious, though. And Hughes swept Asia kill zone. ES did not. 1 minute SMT as well, targeting London highs. I did not pay attention to all of that. Why not short? I mean, I'm just saying because like price is like displacing higher. The short was fine. Like everything that I did today was following my model. So at the end of the day, it's like I followed my plan. It is what it is. But just looking at my framework wise, I think I should have stayed bullish today. But there's no bullish SMT on the low that told me an invalidation, which is why I stayed in this trade. But yeah, I feel like we're so close to these highs. I'm for sure going to get stopped here. But yeah, on that note, I guess I'll end the stream after I get stopped because it is 10:40. Gonna go to the gym. I'll probably do my journal after the gym to see what I could have done better today. But overall, I think I followed my model pretty much to the T. Nice music in the background. That's just I just searched up no copyright lo-fi and that's my background music. All right, see you tomorrow. Take care. Bear shorter block high probability. Up time, maybe wishful thinking. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it stops me out, it is what it is. If it doesn't, cool, I'll take it. But otherwise, followed my plan. Whatever happens, happens. But right now, 5 minutes looking like it's respecting the fair value gap. It's such a large displacement higher too. I doubt it doesn't go higher. Although when I'm this close to stop loss, I see PD raise everywhere. Yes. Start making up your own PD raise too. I think what I'm mainly paying attention to right now is this 5 minute fair value gap. Is price gonna respect it? Or are we gonna, if we displace back below it, then yeah, okay. I think we should be in the clear. Displace back below, close below it. I think we should be in the clear, but until that happens, I don't got high hopes. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Looks like I spoke it into existence. Or not. Never mind. I did not. I'ma just be quiet and let dude's thing. Yeah, I really don't know anymore. I feel like it's kind of just doing its thing. Yeah, that's exactly what I basically took as. Yeah, so this 5 minute fair value gap as of right now seems like it's holding. Was there some sort of Trump tweet or something that I just missed? Let's see. Not that I know of. All right. Yeah, 15. Yeah, 5 minute 15 doesn't have a top wick right now on ES. We'll see how this P was developed. I feel like at this point it's just like what it wants to do, it's gonna do what it wants to do, you know? We continue the waiting game. Okay, no matter how this trade plays out, I think I'm gonna hop off here, head to the gym, just get things done for the day. I'm probably gonna work on some YouTube videos for you guys. And then any trade updates that may happen, like if I get stopped out or if I do any trailing stop losses, whichever way this wants to go, I'll be announcing it in my Discord. If you guys want to join, it's completely free in the description down below. But yeah, I'll be announcing my trade management inside the Discord. So on that note, thank you everyone for joining as always, and have a great day, everyone.